welcome to the deep dive. You know, you hear so much about getting older, about memory. And today, wow, we've really dug into some research that suggests something pretty remarkable. Doctors are genuinely surprised, apparently. So definitely stick with us right to the very end today, because honestly, that final piece we uncovered, it really feels like the most crucial part for you.
That's absolutely right. We've been sifting through a bunch of studies, some reports, and they're all pointing towards something that, yeah, it sounds almost too good to be true at first.
Right?
The idea that a common food, something you see every day, might actually help reverse memory loss, especially if you're over 65, makes you kind of skeptical.
Totally. Sounds like clickbait, doesn't it? Reverse memory loss with fruit.
Yeah.
Seems way too simple.
But, you know, as we look deeper into these sources, it became clear this isn't just some fad. It's actually about something quite ancient, food-wise. And now, modern science is really starting to back it up, for your brain health specifically. And the surprising thing, many people over 65, you might not be getting nearly enough of this stuff.
Which could be a big deal, I guess.
Exactly. So our mission here in this deep dive is to first tell you what this food actually is.
Get to the point.
Right. And then try to explain how it seems to work based on the science. We'll look at the studies. And really the goal is to give you the info so you can see how, maybe quite easily, you could bring this into your life to potentially protect that memory, maybe even, boost it.
It does feel like we're talking about a potential breakthrough here, doesn't it? A natural one.
It really does.
Yeah.
A brain-saving breakthrough, potentially.
And let's be real. That worry about memory slipping as we age, it's something a lot of you listening probably think about.
Oh, for sure.
You forget a name, maybe where you put your keys.
Yeah.
You walk into a room and just blank.
Oh.
Why did I come in here?
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah. And it starts small, maybe just annoying, but there's that little nagging fear, isn't there? Could this be, the start of something worse for me?
It's a very common worry, totally understandable. But what the research we've looked at keeps suggesting is that serious cognitive decline after 65, well, it's not necessarily a given for you. It's not inevitable.
Okay, that's hopeful.
Yeah. There are plenty of people staying sharp, really sharp, well into their later years. And more, the science points to diet. A huge connection between what you eat and how well your brain works.
Literally feeding your brain.
Exactly. Feeding your brain. Which brings us to what one source called the brain's greatest ally.
Okay, really?
And it's not some weird supplement, nothing exotic. It's probably in your kitchen or definitely at the grocery store.
Come on, then.
It's blueberries.
Blueberries. Okay, I like blueberries.
Right. Specifically, wild blueberries get a lot of the attention. They've even got that nickname, brainberries.
Brainberries. Cute.
And the latest science on what they do, well, one report we read used the word astonishing.
Astonishing. For blueberries.
It sounds like hype, I know. But there's this study from the University of Exeter that really jumps out. They took adults aged 65 to 80,
Right.
gave them wild blueberry powder for just 12 weeks. And the results? Pretty significant improvements in working memory, how fast they processed information.
Just from blueberry powder?
And even better blood flow to the brain, all from just adding this fruit.
Wow. And these weren't tiny changes, you're saying?
Apparently not. The researchers themselves were reportedly quite surprised by how much improvement they saw, especially, compared to what you might hope for from medication.
That really says something about, well, the power of food, doesn't it?
It really does. And it wasn't just that one study. There's research out of Harvard, too,
Right.
looking at long-term consumption. Higher intake of blueberries, and strawberries, too, actually, was linked to slower cognitive decline,
How much slower?
potentially delaying it by as much as 2.5 years.
2.5 years. That's huge.
It is huge. Think about what that means for you, for your independence, avoiding needing serious care later on. It's a massive difference.
Okay, I'm sold on the what, now the why. What is it in the blueberries? What's the magic ingredient?
Well, the science points strongly to these things called anthocyanins.
Anthocyanins.
Anthocyanins. They're basically pigments, powerful antioxidants that give blueberries that deep blue color.
Ah, okay. Antioxidants, I've heard of those.
Right. And what's really interesting for you is how they seem to work inside your brain. They actively fight two of the main culprits in brain aging, oxidative stress and inflammation.
Right, oxidative stress. Like rust, basically. And inflammation. We hear those terms a lot. How do they mess with our brains as we get older?
Well, think of oxidative stress as damage at the cellular level, caused by these unstable molecules, free radicals. And inflammation, that just tends to increase in the brain with age, too. Both of them mess with how your brain cells work. They contribute to that cognitive decline you might worry about. So, these anthocyanins, they're like scavengers. They neutralize the free radicals, they help calm down the inflammation. But there seems to be even more to it for you.
More? Like what?
Well, the research is suggesting they might actually help improve blood flow to your brain. Better blood flow means more oxygen, more nutrients,
Yeah,
vital stuff for thinking.
makes sense.
And they seem to nourish the brain tissue itself, maybe even help repair cells that are already damaged. And here's the really wild part.
Uh-oh.
Some studies suggest they might encourage neurogenesis.
Neuro what?
Neurogenesis, the growth of new brain cells.
Whoa, hang on. I thought we were stuck with the brain cells we had.
Especially as we get older.
That was the old thinking. It's a super exciting area of research now. So yeah, these blueberries might actually help you grow new brain cells.
Okay, my mind is slightly blown. So it's not just protection, it's potentially rebuilding.
That seems to be the implication, helping the brain regenerate, not just defend itself. It's pretty amazing.
It really is. Our sources even had this great real-life story. Mr. Ellis. Ooh, yes, Mr. Ellis. A retired teacher, 72 years old. He was noticing, definite memory problems, forgetting things more often.
Yeah.
His daughter, who's a nutritionist, suggested he try adding wild blueberries to his diet every day, just half a cup.
Okay, half a cup, that's doable.
Exactly. And after about 6 months, he apparently saw really significant changes.
Like what?
His scores on memory tests went up, he felt sharper, more confident, he started remembering old stories better, things he thought were gone.
Wow.
He even felt good enough to start writing his memoirs, something he'd been putting off.
That's incredible. It really hammers home that idea you mentioned, feeding your brain what it needs.
Precisely.
So, okay, for you listening right now thinking, this sounds great, I want to try this, what are the actual practical steps? How do you start?
It's actually really straightforward for you. The research generally suggests aiming for about half a cup to maybe 1 full cup of blueberries daily.
Half to 1 cup, got it. Wild versus regular.
Wild blueberries do seem to have higher concentrations of those anthocyanins, so they might be, a bit more potent. But regular blueberries are still really good for you. Don't discount them if wild aren't available.
Okay. And fresh, frozen, dried. Does it matter?
Good question. They all seem to be effective. Frozen is often a great option, especially for wild blueberries. They're usually picked at peak ripeness and frozen quickly, so they keep those beneficial compounds really well for you. And they're often easier to find year-round.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
What about when to eat them? Or how?
Some sources suggest morning is a good time. Add them to your oatmeal, maybe a smoothie, some Greek yogurt, even just on whole grain toast with some peanut butter. Actually, pairing them with healthy fats like nuts or nut butter might help your body absorb those antioxidants even better.
Oh, interesting tip. Healthy fats help absorption. Okay.
Yeah. A little bonus there.
And I guess the big thing is you can't just eat them once a week and expect miracles, right?
Exactly. Consistency is absolutely crucial for you. This isn't a magic pill you take once.
It's a habit.
It's building a habit. You probably won't feel drastically different overnight, but stick with it. Make it part of your daily routine for, say, a few weeks, maybe a month or 2.
And then?
You might start noticing things, feeling a bit mentally sharper, maybe recalling names or facts a little easier. Some people even report a lift in their mood.
Okay, consistency is key. Now, the sources also mentioned other foods that kind of play well with blueberries for brain health, right? Creating a team effort.
That's a great way to put it. Think of blueberries as your star player, maybe, but you want a whole team supporting your brain.
So who else is on the team?
Well, walnuts are fantastic. Rich in those omega-3s, really important for memory.
Okay, walnuts.
Dark, leafy greens, spinach, kale, that sort of thing. They help boost blood flow in the brain for you.
Got it. Greens.
Turmeric. The spice, it has compounds that help reduce brain inflammation for you.
Turmeric. Yep.
Green tea is great for alertness and focus, and even dark chocolate.
Ah, now you're talking.
In moderation, of course. But it can help with mental clarity, and it has those feel-good chemicals for you.
So combine these blueberries, walnuts, greens, maybe some turmeric in your cooking, green tea, a little dark chocolate. That sounds like a pretty good brain protection plan for you.
It really does offer more comprehensive support for your brain health, yeah.
Okay, let's flip this around for a second. What happens if you hear all this and think, Sounds like effort. Memory loss just happens when you get old. Nothing I can do. What's the potential downside of inaction for you?
Well, the honest outlook, based on everything we've reviewed, is if you don't make any changes, things probably won't change for the better for you.
Yeah.
Meaning those little memory lapses, the senior moments you might brush off now, they could potentially become more frequent, more significant challenges down the line for you.
Hmm.
You could find yourself genuinely struggling to remember people, places, bits of your own life story even. It's a gradual slide, potentially.
That's a sobering thought.
Yeah.
But the alternative, making this simple change, adding blueberries, the potential upside, is huge, isn't it?
It really is. It could genuinely mean holding on to your precious memories longer, being able to recognize your grandkids, your friends, maintaining your independence, your sense of self.
Things you can't put a price on.
Absolutely priceless outcomes for you.
It really just drives home that point. You
Yeah.
need to take care of your brain like you take care of anything valuable. Be proactive. Don't wait for problems.
Exactly. Shift your thinking towards actively nourishing your brain. And the amazing thing for you is it doesn't have to be complicated or expensive.
It can start with a punnet of blueberries.
It can literally start with adding blueberries to your shopping list today.
So the message for you listening is clear. Check the fridge, check the freezer, or make a note for your next grocery run. Get some blueberries.
Start today. Make them a regular thing.
You are in charge of your brain health. Nobody else.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like you said, the most powerful answers are pretty simple, pretty natural.
And definitely subscribe to us. We're always doing these deep dives, looking for real, evidence-based ways for you to age well, live fully, and stay sharp.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And hey, if you do try adding blueberries to your routine after hearing this, please come back and leave a comment below. Let us know how it goes for you if you notice anything. We'd genuinely love to hear about it.
Yeah, share your experiences.
And definitely share this deep dive with anyone in your life who's over 65. Think about it. This information could be a really significant memory-saving gift for them. So try this routine and leave that comment letting us know how you feel.
Until next time, keep feeding that amazing brain, keep your heart open, and keep your days filled with purpose.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.